bits from a book called Tomorrowland that was published last year. You'll hear the name EULA, which comes from the acronym for End User License Agreement.
Just for instance, if you were going to put that into an ABCDarium,
yeah.
E is for
exulting.
Okay, thank you. It makes sense now.
That'll work. Okay. Good. What then of social being? Bodies, gesture, Western, fleshy, left-right, Orient, a transcendental island, soft erasure that is totally mental, dear. You see how filtered ambiance has left us here dynamic, while we occupy and highlight each respondent. You have a form prognostically bereft. Before that is, you even learn to take of flesh and bone to mortar axe and build. In a world you've left your feet behind you, pretty agile, drifted reverie, as though the maps were soft-bred tread exploiting the mundane. Look, moss on slope. Look, asphalt that suspiciously transfixes, the hall slapped out like rappers on the brewery domain. Your helmet is a kind of mushy pate with which you ruin the tranquility of texture. Oh my gosh, trees, flagrant birds, and plangent urban oomph. I mark you with my little X, and you go all amen through new life, durable as the salt whereby you heat your common use, a matter of space, a total fix inside to the heretofore dubiously infiltrated corridors of water, rather than toil or encounter with the widest sense, a caveat, a square, a built-up instability we give each other several times a year, exchanging physicality for idea every time. In the bluey sky, a chorus of silent flitterings whose habits encourage us to look at our own nests and plans of worry. Have we been here before? Are we a nest of starry flitterings? We can take over the whole page, and still the sky's shapes pale so lovingly, as though we had a nurturing inclusion all along, in an oriental fold book whose cyclical motif suggests implied women, throwing themselves over cliffs whose misty pictures cannot fully resolve the concept of no beginning nor no end. This type of book cannot be arbitrarily selected in a line running mildly without panic through the failure of trains or welcome placement in time. Our EULA has a fairly lot of inner-city aliens to contend with, gorgeous beaches notwithstanding. The patter of lithe feet upon their bones inspires a traveling philosophy, whose major strengths are held in by the water at the shore, rock islands greenly cropped by swine we laid out in the capital sublime as hungry conversation, pushing for a crux of handmade try, whose density might earn it the respect reformists long for, and the white swells truly fathoming that clipped-off urge to say the thread that's merely left up, but the end of which we dangle through our hair, in front of our eyes, inside the pressing demographics of our new parochial counter. Click, click, tell me, mystic shipyard, how you otherwise match perfectly the ceremonial trees beside the bay. Would your fine plains make appetite a total leaning toward stone fences whose every lifted muscle means the pretty man worked carefully then, too? A tribute fence, invisible, surrounds the wild encampment, where defiant morning gauges his barometers. So still, you might think young girls' bodies had been used to make the air, how gently it stirs trees toward a falling sky. Everyone wants to know the channel moon under the leaps without horizon definitely planned. We lit at night a subterranean crack whose promises unmeetable have us silly with excited premonitions. We'll see the other bridge they'll build someday. Container wharfs, deep in the faith, they rustle for the silent dogs or looks. Encampment is another word for broken circuit husbandry, not ivory, but bone you're holding there. Thank you.